So Fire Emblem Warriors is coming out October 20th in the West, and I believe in Japan it's going to be September 20th. So the game's coming out pretty soon, and I wanted to make some more videos on it. And I remember I did a predictions video, but I never gave what kind of characters I wanted to be in it. This video will not be limited by Fates and Awakening roster. I'm going to be including the two other games that I really enjoyed. I think I've tried some of the others, but not as much as that, and I haven't completed them. Compared to these two, and those two are Echoes and Sacred Stones. Like I said, I played a bit of the GBA. I played a tiny bit of Shadow Dragon. I never played the GameCube games or anything beyond that, because most of them came out in Japan until the Roy. I think the game of Roy came out. But either way, I believe that's what happened. But anyway, let's get into this. So number 10, I have Faja. Faja is pretty straightforward. She's I think I just wanted to throw an Awakened character in here. I really liked Faja. I kind of like the support conversations she had with Robin, because she always has this weird kind of like she feels like she's more important than everyone, and she's got this really interesting character. Then all of a sudden, when she meets Robin, she considers him to be like this deity. It's kind of funny. I think it's been a while, but I can remember she acted differently towards Robin. Having her in, she would have some really cool abilities like Owl Thunder, some thunder attacks she could fire. But I think she could use some really dark magic as well. And we haven't seen a dark magic unit yet. Well, actually that would be wrong. I believe Leo might be able to use dark magic, but he's a mounted unit, so better foot, and she's a fan favorite, of course. So she's gonna be wanted. And I like her design. Number 9, we have Bakut. He's going to be the only villain from this list, but he's from Echoes, and it will be a horse-mounted unit. I know we already have one, but he's kind of more like a lord rather than like a Frederick tank kind of build. I think it'd be a really interesting character. I really like his design and personality. The world forced him into that position, and it'd be even cool if we got to see maybe like his wife in that dark fire form. Even if he's not a playable character, as a villain, I'd love to see. Although they said that obviously some of these characters aren't going to be in it, but for DLC, they could do stuff like that. 8, Kellum. I was looking for Awakening. I was like, what kind of character class haven't they done yet? And then really we haven't got a tanky, slow unit that could probably take a lot of hits, deal a lot of damage, but his slowness would probably make him a disadvantage. And I think Kellen would be a really interesting unit because of this factor. It'd be funny as well, because if he's got that, he's never there. Even it took me a while to realize what game that Echo's there, but even in the box art, he's there, but you don't see him. And if you haven't looked at the box art 1,000 times, he's actually there. He's behind Lucina's sword. So go check. If you haven't noticed, you always see it once you do see it, but if you don't see it, you don't see it. Coming in at 7, Joshua from Sacred Stones, or Joshua. It's the way they throw an A at the end. He was originally, I believe he was a sword master, or started out as a Madoran and then a sword master. I think I butchered that. But yeah, he's obviously he would be a really interesting unit, because he can maybe dual wielding, because I know some of those during the sprites they look like they had dual wield. And that would be really interesting, because I don't think we've seen a dual wielder yet. He's obviously a lord, and he doesn't, that's spoilers, but he doesn't start out as a lord. And I really like his design and how he's all about luck, and with a sword user it's about crit and luck, so I think that'd be a really cool character. Coming in at 6, Salah. He's also from Sacred Stones. Sacred Stones is probably my favourite Fire Emblem, besides maybe Awakening. I might have to do top Fire Emblem videos that I personally enjoyed at some point. But Salah, he could be an interesting mage unit. He's kind of like he's got the hood. He could be like this. The thing is that I don't see them doing him, but I really like the character. It's been a while since I played Sacred Stones, so it's a bit hard for me to talk about the character much. But I believe having another mage unit would be interesting, and he could, especially because the magic. There was a whole light that I haven't seen another Fire Emblem bring light magic back since Sacred Stones. I don't think Awakening had light magic, and I don't believe any Fire Emblem after that had light magic. So he could be unique because he uses this light magic, and there was like Excalibur. There were so many cool spells from, you know, the GBA titles. So he could be the GBA mage, you know, pick. I believe he ain't on the list, but I believe even the villain from Sacred Stones, what was it? The Prince of something with beginning with R, I believe. I can't remember his name, but he could even be like a dark magic user as well. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think there was a lot of they scaled back the dark and light magic in Awakening, I believe. It's been a while, but number 5 we have Seth. He would probably be very similar to Frederick. I only put him there because I like the character. I mean, this is my personal top 10. So Seth, he'd still be unique because there's a lot of cool spears, the character. But yeah, he'd be very similar to Frederick, so I don't see that probably happening. But I'd like to see him. Coming in number 4 is Olm. Now I kind of really like the character design. I thought it was pretty cool. Olm, he would be like another lord, but I'm guessing that the game's going to be riddled with lords. Like Fire Emblem is just riddled with lords, so I just put him at 4 because I like the design and stuff. He also has a really cool move in Echoes where I believe it costs, I don't think it costs HP, or does it cost HP? But you can use like this sword struts beam attack. I can't remember what it's called, but it was pretty cool. And if they bring Olm in, what was her name? Acelia, I'm gonna say. She'd be also pretty cool to see, because she could use maybe a mixture of fire magic and swordsplay. Because she had this kind of like rape, you know, like a princess raper sword. Anyway, let's move on to number 3. Now, this top 3 is going to be, I think, more likely. Well, one of them. They're maybe not likely, but they'd be very unique, I'd feel. So number 3 is going to be Kay's. I've been really wanting an assassin unit to be making an appearance, because they introduced a new class within Fates, which was the assassin unit, and I really like the character Kay's, because I did the support between female Corin and Kay's, and you know, he seems like he's a protector. He's like his knight. I just think he would be really cool using the assassin blades. I can't remember what they're called, and he'd be a very fast like hit and run unit, which not many. I'd feel like the Pegasus are the only kind of very fast paced ones, although most of them are pretty fast, but you know what I mean, like fast assassin type. Number 2 is Ephraim. He's a very interesting unit, because he could be a lord, but he has his own unique spear. And most lords use swords, so that's why I really like the character Ephraim. I think he could be very unique with a spear. And yeah, we haven't got many spear users that are not on horseback, if you think about it. And so I think Ephraim would be an amazing character to feel like the foot soldier spear unit, and he could be a lord. Coming, and then obviously number 1. This one's been obvious. Azura. I married her 3 times during each Let's Play of Fates, and I just think I really like the land, you know, like spear, dance or water, kind of like dragon thing. I think she'd be really cool as well to see. So if you want to put in the comments who you personally want, it doesn't have to be limited to the games, like I said. Remember, if you like, I'm going to probably be covering Fire Emblem a lot, so clearly subscribe, and thank you for watching.